Hi guys, I just wanted to pop in today and chat a little bit about coach placement. There are so many of you starting to sign up your coaches, and I can remember how confused, and trust me, sometimes I'm still confused about it as well, trying to figure out the right leg and the left leg and the strong leg and the weak leg and where you should put people. And um, all I can say is it takes a little while to figure all of that stuff out, and I can't say that I have it all figured out yet either. It gets easier the more you do it, um, to figure out where you should be putting people and what's going to be best for your business. To start, we've talked about the fact how important it is to get to your emerald status so you can start getting your free leads from Beachbody, and you can start making some team cycle bonuses. So what you need for emerald is a coach on your left leg and a coach on your right leg. And I have found for myself it's easier to stop talking about left and right and think about it in strong and weak. So you're going to be at the top of your ladder when you look. If you go into your coach online office and you click my business, you're going to see my graphical genealogy or my downline, whatever way you look at it. You're going to see yourself at the top, and then you're going to see two sort of branches off, and one of those legs is strong and one of those legs is weak. And what that means is your strong leg is the leg that when you look, you see other coaches' names on it. Even if you haven't added any coaches yet, there's going to be one branch that has coaches underneath you already. And that's the leg that I add to and people above me add to. So that is what signifies your strong leg. The other side, whether it's your left or right, because we're all different, it depends where you've been placed on teams. So your other leg will have nothing on it, and it's not going to have anything on it until you add a coach to it. So that signifies your weak leg. To make team cycle bonuses, both of those legs have to have points, volume points, team volume points. So the more coaches you have, the more active coaches you have, the higher your team volume points get. So for your strong leg, so the leg that I add to and anyone above you can be adding to, the strong leg builds up team cycle points very quickly because you've got a whole bunch of people adding to that leg. Your weak leg, only the people you add can build up your team cycle bonus or your team volume. So they can only add points. Your coaches are the only ones that are going to get those points to increase. So because you've got all of these people being added by other coaches on top of you, higher than you, and I don't mean higher, but I mean just ahead of you in the line, because they're adding this side, whatever your strong leg is, builds up quite quickly. So you don't really have to worry too much about that leg because it's always getting points added to it. Your weak leg, the only leg that you can add to, is the one that you need to be adding all your coaches to. And I don't mean all of your coaches, but I mean if you've got someone that you know really wants to work the business, or really the majority of your coaches you do want over there, even if they're just a discount coach, they're still going to get their Shakeology order, and that's 90 points every time a Shakeology order comes. So that's 90 points a month. So you want to sort of build up that leg as much as you can. Now, in Beachbody, you do have to even out your legs at some point. The first time you have to even out your legs is to get to emerald status. You need a coach on your strong leg and you need a coach on your weak leg. So you do have to go 1 and 1. And then when you want to make diamond, the next, there's ruby and then there's diamond. You still have to have those evened out. So at some point you have to even things out, but most of the time, if you've got people that are going to be working the business and you think that they've got great potential, you want to get them over to your weak leg, the leg that only you can add coaches to. Because you need a certain amount of team volume points on both sides to create a team cycle. One leg has to have 200 points and the other leg has to have 100 points. And then that's one cycle. And you would make $14 on that cycle if you're an Emerald coach. You'd make $16 if you're a Ruby coach. And you make $18 if you're a Diamond coach and above. So you can cycle several times each week the more points you have, but they have to get into a sort of an even state. So you need to build up your leg as quickly as you can so you start making those team cycle bonuses. For an example, right now, I think this week I have on my strong leg, so the leg that Amy Provenzano adds to, and then all the coaches that she's added onto my leg add to as well, is somewhere in the 3,000 points range. And my weak leg, the leg that only I can add to, is around 2,500 points. So there, I'm going to cycle probably, 12, 13 times this paycheck. So 12, 13 times $18 because I'm a I'm a Diamond coach. So that's how I'm building up that team cycle bonus. So I hope that explains that a little bit better for you. I always find it easier to think about strong leg and weak leg instead of left and right, because if I'm talking, depending on who I'm talking to, our left and rights are different. So if you think about it in strong leg is who someone else can add to, weak leg is who only you can add to, it makes it a little bit simpler. When you are going to add your coaches, you need to decide which leg you're going to put them on. In the Beachbody system, it's going to default to whatever it wants. So I actually like to go into my Coach Online office before I know a coach is signing. And I'm going to screen share here now just so you guys can take a peek at this. So I like to go into my business. So you're into your Coach Online office, go into my business, go to my preferred placement. And here you can see that I have clicked set preferred placement. And right now it is on my left leg. I think I'm actually going to switch that right now to my right leg. My right leg is my weak leg. So my right leg is I am the only one that can add to that leg. And make sure you click save. So now the next coach that signs is going to go onto my right leg. Maybe the next time I get a coach, I decide, oh, I think maybe I need to even that out a little bit. I'm getting a little bit too heavy on my weak leg. I better get another coach on my left because my next rank would be 1-star Diamond. So I need to have a certain amount of just coaches, active coaches on each of my legs. And then I also need to have 1 Diamond coach. So for me to rank advance to the next section, that's what I need. So I do have to be careful as to where I'm going to put my coaches. I'll just take you into the downline as well. So if you go to my business, click my downline, and you can see your graphical genealogy. So here I am at the top. I've got some personally sponsored coaches up here. So I've got Terry on my left leg and my cousin, who unfortunately is inactive now, but she was on the first one on to my she was the first coach that was added onto my weak leg. So the leg that I can add to. And then we have Darlene. So then you can see things, you know, down the line. Here is my leg that Amy Provenzano adds to. So, you know, this Jana, I don't know who she is. So that's a coach that was added to my downline that I don't even know who she is. So that makes this my strong leg. Okay, so I hope that kind of explains that a little bit better. I'm just going to go back in here. Uh-oh, I think I've lost myself. Huh. Okay, I can't figure out how to get back to seeing you guys. Isn't that funny? Oh, there I am. I'm not good with these things yet. I haven't quite figured them all out. So someone asked me the question yesterday if you could change the placement. So if someone signs up as a coach and you didn't even know that she or he was signing up at that moment and they're on your wrong leg, no problem. You have 3 business days to change that, but you do have to email into Team Beachbody. And I always just go into the FAQ and just search placement change, and the instructions are all in there. I have had to do it a couple times. You have to email from your email address. You need to have the new coach's ID number, and you have to be very specific, saying she is now on my left leg. I'd like her to be changed to my right leg. And as long as you've done that in the 3 business days, you're fine. So you do have some wiggle room if you decide, oh geez, she's on my right and I think she should be on my left. So don't worry about that. You can change that within 3 business days. One big, humongous mistake I made in the my first couple weeks, basically, is I put Terry, my husband, on my strong leg. I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew that my cousin was already signed up on my weak leg, so I wanted to get to Emerald. So I put him on my other side. I have decided to sort of build up Terry's business as well. So I've got coaches signed underneath Terry to sort of give me some wiggle room that I could make him a diamond coach eventually if I wanted to change my rank. However, I have since come to realize that me putting Terry underneath my strong leg, where everyone else, where Amy Provenzano and all these other coaches add to, I'm not utilizing the points that he's getting to my best advantage. He should most definitely be on my weak leg, creating a lot more income. So that mistake could eventually cost me thousands of dollars. So it doesn't right now, not even close right now, but eventually if I do continue to build up the business. So my advice, and this has come straight from Brian and Amy, I didn't really figure it out myself, they caught it for me, is if you're going to sign your spouse up, get them on your weak leg. Get them onto the leg that only you can add to, because eventually you can use that account and sort of play around with it to rank advance and keep you rank advance. You sort of have control over that account. So you can make them emerald, you can make them diamond, you can utilize that to move yourself up as well. And if you're going to do that, if you're going to add coaches underneath them, they're going to cycle bonus quickly. So it's going to add more to your bottom line. So that's the advice that I've been given. Unfortunately, what I have to do now is cancel Terry's membership, and we have to wait 6 months before he can sign up again. So I've kind of I have to backtrack a little bit, unfortunately. I'm pretty new into the game, so I'm not going to lose too much. But that is some advice that they have given me, and I don't want you guys to make the same mistake. So that's what they've told me, is put your spouse on your weak leg, the leg that only you can add to. The people that you put on your strong leg, generally discount coaches, people that you don't think are going to work the business as much. However, in saying that, you will need an emerald on both sides, and eventually you are going to need diamonds on both sides. So you do have to add business builders on both sides eventually. So you know, your first two coaches, doesn't really matter if they're discount business build. You need two business builders, one on your left, one on your right, because you need two emerald coaches to make you a diamond coach eventually. So to be an emerald rank, all you need is two active coaches. So it doesn't matter if you just have two discount coaches or your spouse and a discount coach, doesn't matter. That's good to go. That'll give you your emerald status, and you'll start making some team cycle bonuses and getting those leads from Beachbody, Team Beachbody, which is pretty awesome because you can get some good revenue and you can get some good people to start making relationships with. So emerald is first. You just need two active coaches, one on each side. So don't worry too much about where you're placing them. And then for diamond as well, you need two emerald coaches, one on your strong, one on your weak. So you do have to get a business builder over to your strong leg, as well as on your weak leg. I don't know. Has this helped at all? I feel like I've been rambling and I have maybe made it more confusing. Message me or write a comment underneath here if you have any more questions, and I will try to explain them as best as I can. And if I can't explain them, then we will ask Brian, because he is awesome, and Terry as well. He's got sort of a good handle on it as well. So I hope this helps a little bit. Again, questions, ask me anytime. So have a great day. Happy Wednesday. We'll talk soon. Bye, guys.